The ayes are 218, the nays are 211, with one answering present. The resolution is adopted.
Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. Now, on the last Ilhan Omar video, I said that's probably going to be my last one on the subject, but that was maybe a little bit short-sighted and a little bit naive. How did I not see this one coming? An absolute, monumental, colossal meltdown from the Hamas caucus, the squad members, the Progressive Caucus, on the House floor after the vote has been made official and Ilhan Omar has been removed from her committee assignments. Holy moly. I mean, this video honestly isn't really about Ilhan Omar. We gotta talk about the meltdown, but most importantly, we gotta debunk all of these lies, the irony, the hypocrisy, because what Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and her fellow squad members are saying on the floor is absolute garbage. And so let's point out the facts. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. Alright folks, so we gotta start off with Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. I don't think we need too much context. Let me show you what she said on the House floor, and then let's dismantle it piece by piece.
As a fellow New Yorker, I think one of the things that we should talk about here is also one of the disgusting legacies after 9/11 has been the targeting and racism against Muslim Americans throughout the United States of America, and this is an extension of that legacy. Consistency, there is nothing consistent with the Republican Party's continued attack except for the racism and incitement of violence against women of color in this body. I had a member of the Republican caucus threaten my life, and you all and the Republican caucus rewarded him with one of the most prestigious committee assignments in this Congress. Don't tell me this is about consistency. Don't tell me that this is about a condemnation of anti-Semitic remarks when you have a member of the Republican caucus who has talked about Jewish space lasers and an entire amount of tropes and also elevated her to some of the highest committee assignments in this body. This is about targeting women of color in the United States of America. Don't tell me, because I didn't get a single apology when my life was threatened. Thank you.
Now, first off, let's point out the theatrics of it all. She really dives into this whole, like, I'm a freedom fighter, social justice warrior, I'm the next Martin Luther King Jr. character. It's just so cringe and inauthentic. But outside of the cringe, the actual content of what she's saying, she's just flat out wrong. In fact, she's lying. Let's start off with her claim of being consistent. She's going after Republicans. How dare you remove Ilhan Omar from her committee position over her history of anti-Semitism when you did nothing about Paul Gosar when he threatened my life.
Here's your words, here's your words.
I was murdered.
You were murdered. Okay,
He was murdered. There's only one reaction to AOC claiming that her life was threatened. A massive facepalm. What do you think AOC is referring to? She's referring to that incident involving Paul Gosar. Paul Gosar's team posted a meme of a very famous, one of the most famous animes, Attack on Titan, where they made one of the Titan characters an effigy of AOC, I guess you could say, and Paul Gosar, the main character who's taking on the Titan. It was a dumb meme. Honestly, it was kind of epic. And AOC is claiming that a meme, a joke, something done in jest, obviously in jest, from a freaking anime equates to Paul Gosar threatening her life. You cannot be this dishonest. She knows that she's being dishonest. She's doing it on purpose. That is a flat out lie. And to compare what Paul Gosar did to Ilhan Omar's long history of indefensible statements is laughable. That's number one. Number two, how dare you remove Ilhan Omar for her long history of anti-Semitism when Marjorie Taylor Greene did the same thing. My Jewish space lasers. They always bring up the same damn point. Again, another lie. Absolutely dishonest. Let's really get into the details. Marjorie Taylor Greene in 2018 posted this on her Facebook. I'm going to skip over a good chunk of this and really just focus on the context because it's a pretty long post. But essentially the context is 70 people confirmed to have lost their lives, over 1,000 missing. The fires in California are a horrific tragedy. She then goes on about this conspiracy theory, and that's exactly what it is. She says, what are the odds that Feinstein's husband, Richard Bloom, is the contractor to the rail project? Geez, with that much money, we could build 3 US southern border walls. Then oddly, there are all these people who have said that they saw what looked like lasers or blue beams of light causing the fires, pictures and videos. I don't know anything about that, but I do find it really curious that PG&E's partnership with Solarin on space solar generators starting in 2009. They announced the launch into space on March 2018, and maybe even put them up before that. Space solar generators collect the sun's energy and then beam it back to Earth to a transmitter to convert it to electricity. The idea is clean energy to replace coal and oil. If they're beaming the sun's energy back to Earth, I'm sure they wouldn't ever miss a transmitter receiving station, right? I mean, mistakes are never made when anything new is invented. What would that look like anyway? A laser beam or light beam coming down to Earth, I guess. Could that cause a fire? I don't know. I hope not. That wouldn't look so good for PG&E and Rothschild Inc., Solarin, or Jerry Brown, who sure does seem fond of PG&E. So, is it a conspiracy theory? Yes. But just because it's a conspiracy involving particular people who are part of a particular religion, Marjorie Taylor Greene never said anything about Jewish space lasers or promoted any anti-Semitism. It's just a wacky theory involving PG&E and the Rothschilds. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is claiming that this, what I just read you guys, is comparable to what Ilhan Omar has said in the past. Do I look stupid to you? Does it say stupid on my forehead? Of course it doesn't, but yet again another Democrat treating me as if I'm dumb and not paying attention. Ridiculous. Not to mention, Ilhan Omar potentially committed immigration fraud, and on top of that, probably her most egregious statement ever, the whole "some people did something" in reference to the 9/11 terrorist attack. You simply cannot compare the two. AOC is lying. I mean, these are flat out lies. And here's another element of irony or hypocrisy, because again, you guys set the standard. When it surfaced that Marjorie Taylor Greene promoted this supposed anti-Semitic space laser thing, this Jewish space laser thing, what did AOC and the rest of these leftoids say? They wanted Marjorie Taylor Greene removed from committees. They wanted her to resign. When Paul Gosar released his funny anime meme about AOC, what did these leftoids want? They wanted him removed, canceled. They wanted him to resign. Well, if that's your standard for insignificant events blown out of proportion, then surely the same standard should apply to Ilhan Omar, who has a history of actually saying terrible things. I mean, surely what's good for the goose should be good for the gander. You set the standard, you made your bed, now it's time to sleep in it. Utterly ridiculous. Oh, actually, look what I just stumbled upon. Here is a resolution for back on February 4th, 2021, to remove certain Republican members, namely Marjorie Taylor Greene, from serving on committees. And here's Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's vote. She voted yay. She voted to remove Marjorie Taylor Greene. But of course, for Ilhan Omar, she's certainly gonna vote no. What a clown. And speaking of the circus being in town, the drama, these actors, the theatrics of it all, of course, more racism, a woman of color being targeted unfairly. Here we go again.
Censor Congresswoman Omar in the same week. They introduced a bill to ban federal employees from engaging in censorship. Where are the free speech warriors today? The hypocrisy is obvious to the American people. You are showing who you all are, really.
The gentlewoman's time has expired.
Omar will not be silenced.
The gentlewoman's time has expired.
To Congresswoman Omar,
the gentlewoman's time has expired.
That our country is failing you today through this chamber. You belong
The gentlewoman is no longer recognized, and the gentleman from Mississippi is recognized.
Perspective. So let's talk about what's really happening. Republicans are waging a blatantly Islamophobic and racist attack on Congresswoman Omar. And I've said it before, I will say it again. The white supremacy happening is unbelievable. This is despicable. It is Congresswoman Omar who has been harassed at her job for simply existing as a Muslim woman in Congress. It is she who has been attacked by a member of this body, ridiculing her as a potential terrorist for simply existing as a Muslim woman in this Congress. So rather than bring an actual accountability, any accountability to Congress, they bring this offensive resolution to the floor. This is just a bunch of racist gaslighting. We all know it. Vote no.
It has nothing to do with any of that. And everybody knows it. The reason this happened, the reason Ilhan Omar was removed from her committee positions, is because somebody said something, and then Republicans were courageous enough to do something about it. Simple, point blank, finished. That's what I got for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.